today we are doing something. First of all, welcome to Glowmas. It's gonna be a sleigh ride full of fun for the next 31 days. I'm so excited. This is, I'm pretty sure, the first video I'm posting for Glowmas if everything goes well. And I'm so freaking excited to like do this with you guys. I'm so excited to just like do Glowmas. I'm so excited. Today, I wanted to go through and kind of reminisce a little because, you know, that's always fun. And I thought we could go through and kind of give you guys mini little reviews on all of the makeup I got last year for Christmas. If you did not see my what I got for Christmas haul for 2017, it was a doozy. My mom usually goes pretty ham around Christmas time because she like loves her children. Like, she just like loves to kind of spoil us, and we also love it, so that's fun. But she always goes crazy around Christmas. We always get like a ton of gifts. It's really nice. It's like my Christmas is always really fun. I have a great time with my family. So I got a boatload of makeup. If you want to go watch it, I'll have it linked down below for you guys. You guys can go see like all of the stuff that I got. This is just some of the makeup. I'm pretty sure it's the majority. I think there's a couple things that maybe I had like decluttered or things I just didn't feel like needed to be included. But for the most part, this is like the makeup. I was hoping I could hold it up to get a thumbnail, but it's very heavy and I don't have any upper body strength. I'm so excited to do this. I hadn't like sat down and like gone through all of the makeup I got in a while, so let's just jump right into it. Everything I'm wearing on my face, my merchandise, and all of my social medias will be linked down below, and you guys can go check those out. And yeah, let's just jump into 31 days of glow. So I got some foundations over the past Christmas, and I still have all of them, which I don't know how long you're supposed to keep foundations for. I keep them until they start smelling, and none of these have started smelling yet, so they're still here. First one I got was the Dior Forever Skin Foundation, and this was in the shade 021. Looking back, this shade is a wee bit dark for me, so I was only really able to wear it in the spring and summer when I was like a little bit tanner. I love this foundation. I think it's great, but I save it for more special occasions. Like, I'm one of those people that like if I have a really nice foundation, I save her. She's the one I save. I save her for like going out to really nice dinners, or if I'm going on a date with my boyfriend, or like if we're going out somewhere. She's not like an everyday gal. She's a keeper though. This is also a really good one to mix with the other one I'm going to talk about. Okay. The Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation had a rough year. Like her 2018, I know you think your year was bad. Was it this bad? Because she lost half of her body. My boyfriend stepped on the cap a while back, and so I've been using this, and it works pretty well. Like, it's not drying out or anything. If you're gonna clock me for hygiene, I'm past the point. This was so expensive. Like, you think I'm just gonna throw it away because the cap's gone? First of all. Second of all, these two together are a really, really good match. I love the stick foundation with this, with the Dior. I think it's beautiful. I like this Makeup Forever stick foundation, but I just found my love this year in the Makeup Revolution stick foundation, and like, this just can't compare to that now. You know what I mean? Like, this is a great foundation. It's pretty, she's cute, she gets the job done, like whatever. Like, she's popular to boot. Like, everybody seems to love this, but that Makeup Forever stick foundation is so good for me that this one just like seems silly to spend that much money. This was also in the shade Y325, which was a pretty good shade for me, but it's like pretty close to being gone. I used a ton of it, and I do like it. I always brought it with me when I traveled before she got hurt because it's a good foundation. The other one I got was the LA Girl Pro Coverage High Definition Foundation. This one I actually finished up, the one I got for Christmas and rebought. This has been one of my favorite drugstore foundations for a long time, so when I got it for Christmas, I used it pretty quick. The only problem I find with it is I go through it really fast. This is like my third or fourth bottle, and I don't really like use it that much, I feel, but like for some reason I go through it really quickly. It is probably one of my favorite drugstore foundations, even from like forever ago, before I found Makeup Forever stuff. This was always the go-to. The new LA Girl foundation though, I tried this year and absolutely hated it, but we'll talk about that in my products I hated during 2018. Man, the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. This was bad. This was not a good foundation for me, and it sucks. I thought I was gonna declutter it, and then I was like, Your mom, there's so much left of this. I should have just gotten rid of it and given it to someone who would actually use it. The problem with this, it just is way too full coverage and cakey for my skin. It sinks into every single pore that I have and just doesn't look good on me. It dries, it cracks on me. Like, it's not a good foundation for me. This was just too much. I should have just given it away, but then I was like, no, wait, it was really expensive. I should try and make it work, but it's just not. She's not gonna work for me, honey. I should still really try to like give this away to someone, because I bet I have a friend who would probably like this. But let's talk about blushes. Mostly what I got last year were eyeshadow palettes. I was in a really big eyeshadow palette craze, so that's the majority of what I asked for, but these are the non-eyeshadow palette things. So I got 2 Milani blushes. I got the Milani Flower Blush in Tea Rose, and I also got the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. This one is like getting close to being finished. You can see all the little holes that are starting to peek through. This was probably my most used blush of 2018, this Milani one. Something about this I think is just so freaking pretty. It's beautiful. It has that stupid Physicians Formula packaging I hate where it like goes down, but other than that, this is beautiful. And you know what? I really neglected Tea Rose this year. She is so pretty. Like, this is a beautiful, beautiful blush. Milani's blushes are some of the best ones I've seen. They're so next level. And while this is a beautiful blush, it just got a little neglected. I didn't use it enough, which is sad because it's pretty. That's just how I feel about blushes though. Like, that's so pretty. Are you kidding? I always feel like I neglect my blushes because you can only use so much blush on your face at one time. So you don't use it a ton. So you have a bunch and they just go bad. And this one's really pretty though. I loved this one. And this Milani one is always super, super cute. This one's probably one of my favorites. I forgot that I got NARS Laguna for Christmas last year. I felt like this had always been a... I hit pan. I'm so excited. You guys, look at that itty bitty little bit of pan. It took me like a full year, but I literally hit pan on this. This is one of my favorite bronzers, especially at the beginning of the year. This was like my ride or die for a while. I've kind of changed it up a little bit since then, and I've kind of been a little different lately, but this is still one of my favorite bronzers. It works really well for me. The color is a really good color match for me. I think in the pan it looks a little dark, but on the skin it just works so well. I cannot believe I hit pan on this. I'm so shook. I'm so happy though, because then I could buy more. I probably would. I talked about in Friday's video how I don't really rebuy makeup, but I would probably rebuy this bronzer if I ran out of it because I actually adore it. Like, it's such a good shade for me, and it's so hard to find bronzers that you love because bronzers can be really finicky, especially if you have different undertones and stuff like that, and this one was a really good one for me. And I actually have this in my Board to Plug palette. So you guys have seen me talk about this before, the Bobbi Brown highlighting trio. Cue the angel choirs. This is like freaking stunning. I've said it so many times on my channel, I almost feel like a little silly to be constantly talking about this. I forgot I got this too for Christmas. I've talked about this before in a few different videos where I don't really like use it a ton, but I think it's beautiful. Like, I should use it more, but it's so pretty that I don't really want to mess it up. But like, that glow is beautiful. This is just gonna be like me putting on makeup for 20 minutes straight. The pink one in the middle is probably my favorite shade. I would like to try and get maybe a couple of the, I say a couple like I can afford it. I'd probably get like one of the actual shimmer bricks that are the individuals, because I do like the formula of this, but I want to preserve that like angel choir moment for a little bit longer. I do think this is a beautiful highlighting palette though, and I'm so happy I got this. I just love everything about it, from the packaging, the inside, the outside, all of it. Beautiful, stunning, perfect gift. Thank you, Mom. The next thing is the YSL Black Opium perfume. I've used this pretty consistently this year, pretty much every single day, and you can tell because perfumes take so long to finish. I got just below where you can see. Can you guys even see that? Can you even see? I don't even know if you can see it, but I did get where you can just start to see the like liquid in the middle. So I've gotten through about a quarter of the bottle in like a year, and I use this so much. So still one of my favorite perfumes. Just a really deep, kind of like dark, mysterious scent that I really, really, really enjoy. I have the Marc Jacobs Daisy, and I have a couple of other like lighter. I have that one that I got from that French company that I really love. That was like a more vanilla-y smell. But this is really good for like day to day, and especially this is my go-to when I go out, because I just feel like it gives me that like really kind of like entrancing smell. Like I find it really, really nice. So yeah, I did get this for Christmas last year, and I love it. So good. I did receive the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette for Christmas last year. Man, she was loved and abused. She still is. You can see literally every shade in this palette has been like used. I loved this palette when I first got it. It was my everyday. I wore this constantly. If you go back and look at my channel back in like January, this was pretty much always the palette that I was wearing. I thought it was so beautiful. I still think it's a stunning palette. Like the reds and purples together just combine really well to make something really gorgeous. I still love this palette. And I think I even said that like either this one or the rose gold was like one of my ride or die palettes, because they're so like, they really are. They're beautiful. I think she just gets a little lost sometimes in the collection now, because I used her for so long consistently. And sometimes when you know how when you use something for so long consistently and then you like take a break from it because you've used it so much, you kind of just like need a break. Like you used it a lot. I still use this a lot for everyday neutral looks, because Desert Sand and Musk are two beautiful shades. I still hate this stupid glitter shade. It's terrible. But all of the other shades I think are beautiful. Yeah, this is a beautiful palette. Really, really, really stunning. This was a good gift. Like I loved this palette.
Thank you. Next.
This is the Storybook Cosmetics Burn Book palette, and this was based on the Mean Girls movie, obviously. Man, do I love this palette, and man, do I owe you guys a review, because I've owed you a review for like a year on this palette. It's not my fault. I literally just always forgot, because I have this one and I have the Harry Potter one, so I thought about doing some sort of like combined review on the brand at some point, and it just never happened. My mom was like, you should read hate comments while you do your makeup with this, and like what a missed opportunity for my ASMR hate comments video. But I will say, this is beautiful. This pink and this orange are two of the most pigmented pinks and orange that I have in my collection. I think they're so stunning. I think Storybook as a brand is a little bit slept on. I get that people get excited because it's like, you're obviously getting it for the packaging, like you're paying for the concept. But I don't hear enough people talk about how solid the shadows inside of these palettes are, because they're beautiful. Like these work so well. They blend like a dream. The shimmers are just like, these shimmers are just like next level to me. Like I think they're so pretty, and then you have these matte shades that are like hyper pigmented. I just think these are so slept on shadows. People only ever talk about like the exterior, but I think the shades inside are amazing, like so good. I also forgot I got this guy for Christmas. I forgot this was like Anastasia's holiday palette, which is crazy because this year it was Sultry, polar opposite palette from what Sultry was. I actually didn't use this palette that much this year. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. It didn't get a ton of use in my collection, which is sad because I look at it and I feel so inspired. Like I look at this and I absolutely love the shades. I love how different they are. This Dimension shade has always been one of my favorites. I love like Throne and all of the really like deep purple, deep kind of like aqua colors I think are really, really unique and different. And I'm sad that I didn't really use this palette this much this year. Now I want to use it more. But it's just like one of those things. I think I'm a little intimidated by it, to be perfectly honest. I think it would be fun to challenge myself to wear this for like a week maybe this year. I'm planning some stuff for 2019 that's going to be focused around using, not necessarily using what you have and not buying anything. I know a lot of people are doing no buys, and I'm excited to see how that works for them. That's not really my plan, but I think my plan for 2019 is to try and do a different like palette each week, try and like force myself to use what I have a lot more. So this might be one that gets used up first, because I just think the colors are so inspiring, but I'm a little intimidated. I think if I truly played with it more, I would have a lot of success with it. So I still can't believe I freaking got this. My family friend bought this for me. This is the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. She got used this year. I think I kind of made people think that I didn't use this palette because I wasn't using it on my channel. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I felt kind of weird using it a lot on my channel just because of the hefty price tag. But I used it a lot in real life, like because I not even that I feel like bad, because I do use expensive makeup on this channel. I don't really hide that, but it just felt like I know that this is something a lot of people like lusted after and couldn't get because of the price tag. So I never want to like rub it in anyone's face that like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Knowing knowing what I know now, I use this palette frequently, especially you can tell these shimmers have been abused. I love this palette a lot, but I don't think I personally would pay $129 for it at all, just being completely honest. I think it's beautiful and I think it blends really nice and the shimmers are great, but I don't think it's worth that much money. And also, surprise, I mean, it's a beautiful palette. It's just, I think it kind of sums up 2017, how that whole year went. It was like the year of warm neutrals, and Tasha just like jumped into that and she just snatched our wigs with this one. I hate the phrase snatch my wig. I'm so sorry I just said that. Yeah, she kind of took everything over with this one, and I think it is beautiful, but not something I showcase on the channel a lot, just because it's not worth the money. It's really not. It's not worth the $129 price tag. Get the ColourPop Yes Please palette. I did a whole video comparing the two, and like they're shockingly similar. This is just the one I grabbed more for personally in my collection because it was more expensive, so I feel like I should use it. The next thing I got, which is another thing I forgot I got for Christmas, was the Violet Voss Holy Grail Pro eyeshadow palette. This has gotten a pretty decent amount of use, considering I have some palettes. I think this palette in particular, because if I look at my makeup collection then and I look at it now, it's a big difference. Just the past year, I've accumulated quite a bit and let go of quite a bit. So there's a kind of a difference there. But I think this kind of started my love for pinks and how much I love pinky shades. I just think they're so beautiful, and this one really like, she did it for me. Actually, this whole rose over here with the shimmery pinks, the matte pinks, it kind of got me into doing neutral looks with pink. And that's something that I feel like I do a lot on this channel now. I'm literally wearing something similar to that today. I just loved pinks after getting this, and now I own like 100 pink palettes, but this got a pretty decent amount of use. I think the Violet Voss formula is a really, really good one, and I also think it's another one, kind of like Storybooks, that's a little underrated. I don't feel like enough people talk about how good their formula is. This palette blends beautifully, and the shimmers go on so metallic and stunning. I just think this is a fantastic palette. I'd be interested in trying more of these types of Violet Voss palettes because I know I have the little rainbow palette, but I'd be interested in trying like the, I know I anti-hold a few of them, but like the hashtag palette, and trying out this formula a little bit more because I think these are really, really pretty, and the packaging is so on point. This is the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. I did get this for Christmas last year. Man, it just didn't really get used, unfortunately. This is one I think I'm gonna sell in 2019, unfortunately. It just doesn't get any use in my collection. Number one, I don't support Kat Von D and I don't put her on my channel. I've said that a million times, but I feel like I have to say it. I don't support her, don't put her on the channel, but I keep the stuff that I have from her because I'm not one of those people that's just gonna like burn my money. So burn my money in protest, like that's not happening. So, or I guess in this case, my mom's money. But I think I might end up selling this one. I just don't use it. And it doesn't really feel right to keep something like this that is so beautiful. And because, you know, say what you will about Kat Von D, and I will say what I will about Kat Von D, but this is objectively, I think the packaging is stunning. And I think the inside concept was very cool, very unique, with the whole stained glass. The colors are cool and unique, but they're just not, it's not, this palette you look at and it's kind of confusing. It kind of reminds me of the Prism palette, but on like a whole other level, in just the sense that I look at it and I'm inspired, but I don't know what I'm inspired to do. Like, I'm like, wow, I could play with these primary colors down here, but then it's like, but how do I make it, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those weird kind of palettes, and like half of these shades have never even been touched. So it's like, why am I keeping this? Yeah, this is probably what I'm gonna get rid of. It is beautiful though, it's stunning. Really, really, really pretty palette. I think this was like limited edition too. You can't buy it anymore. And I'm not the type to keep things just because they're limited edition, so. The next thing is the Magic by Juvia's Place. This is my favorite Juvia's Place palette. And I forgot, again, I got it for Christmas. Sister. James Charles here. No, I'm just kidding. This is a beautiful palette. The Magic palette actually is my favorite Juvia's Place palette because it has the cool tones that I'm like I play around with and I like to use sometimes, but it also has these beautiful warm tone shades. This pink is so pretty, this like yellow, this pink is beautiful, this gold is beautiful. All of these are so stunning, and I haven't super played with this down part, but I've played with it a few times and I really like it. Mostly what I used it for was this, but I like that like this upper side, the more warm tone, but I like that you had the option. I like that there was like the option to do something a little bit more cool, a little bit more warm, or mix them all together to do something like crazy. I think that was really cool. This is my favorite Juvia's Place palette. It's just really unique and awesome, and it's also ginormous. It's so huge. This is a good one. I like it.
Awesome.
So to be perfectly honest with you guys, I just thought the Jaclyn Hill palette had existed my entire life. I didn't realize it came out so not that long ago. It was literally a year ago that this came out, which seems, I guess, a little less than a year, but like a little bit more than a year, but that seems wild. This got so much use this year, man. I loved this palette. I really did. This was one of my, I don't know what it is about it, because I get it. That's just like a warm tone neutral palette with a pop of color, but like pops of color down here. But like, I just loved this palette. It works so well. The shimmers are great. The mattes are great. It's easy to use, which is why I love Morphe, is because they're easy to use most of the time. And it just worked. Like, the color story worked really well. It worked on all different skin tones. I got this for my cousin for Christmas and last year, and she loved it. Like, she still loves it. It's just one of those palettes that I truly think is like modern renaissance as far as eyeshadow palettes go, of how, I don't want to say world renowned because I don't want to be dramatic, but I think this was a really, really popular one. She definitely sold a lot of these, and I am a very happy customer with this. Like, I think this worked well. The Vault collection, on the other hand, we don't talk about her, but the actual like original Jaclyn Hill palette I think is an absolute classic. I think it's perfect for pretty much any makeup person, whether you're like a newbie or a novice level. I think everyone should have this palette. I'm just one of those people. I think it's so good, and it's not even just because I do like Jaclyn. No matter what level of makeup you are, you want this palette. It's a great palette. Yeah, I love this. You can see too, she's been like a little abused, but I think she's doing just fine. That is pretty much just like a roundup of what I got for Christmas last year. I just thought this would be kind of a fun video. I know a lot of you guys watched that what I got for Christmas video. It did get, at the time especially, it got like a lot of views for my channel, and I feel like that one was like, I just loved that video. I love big haul videos. I'm gonna be doing a what I got for Christmas towards the end of the month after Christmas, obviously. I'm gonna be doing a haul for that, so you guys will get to see what I get this year. This was like reviewing makeup I got last year. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. I'm honestly just so happy you're watching me. Thank you for being here. This is day 1 checked off of 31 days of glow. I'm so excited to be doing this with you guys. I will have new videos every single day at 6 p.m. I hope you guys like these videos. I hope you guys like them. Tomorrow we are decorating my Christmas tree, so you guys can look forward to that one. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!